Point here is that all flights across the country, and of course including here at Bradley International, have been grounded until 9 o'clock this morning, so about 30 more minutes until that grounding ends. Now this is all due to the FAA's orders after they say that their system that reports all sorts of hazards to flight personnel caused some sort of failure earlier this morning. Now this is already being deemed the biggest ground stoppage for all flights since the attacks on 9/11. Now if you'll take a look at the latest tweet from the FAA, and they say that due to extreme air traffic, they're actually going to go ahead and resume air operations at Newark and Atlanta airports. But all other airports have to wait until 9 o'clock this morning, so again, about 30 more minutes. Now, one of the men that I've been speaking with inside that's waiting at the gate here at Bradley International says that within the last few minutes, his flight to Dallas is trying to go ahead and board again, likely for takeoff right at 9 o'clock when the planes are cleared to hit the air. Now, look at this video that he was able to take for me just within the last hour. This is a look inside Terminal A at Bradley International as hundreds of people are stranded at their gates waiting for the FAA system to reboot. Now, I've been speaking with several people inside who say they were in the boarding process when the air crew stopped them in their tracks and told everyone they're going to have to get off the plane and it will be delayed until further notice. Right now, the departure and arrival boards here at Bradley don't really reflect any cancellations necessarily, but the board is covered in delays, all of them showing times around 2 hours or more past their originally scheduled departure times. Now, Bradley International did tweet just a little bit ago saying anyone with a flight in or out of this airport today needs to check in with their airline consistently all throughout the day to see the latest updates on their flight times. That man that's headed on his business trip to Texas that I mentioned earlier says people at the gate seem annoyed, but not as frustrated as you would think, simply because everyone knows that this is something completely out of their control. Now, one thing to mention is that all flights that are currently in the air, they are safe to land. That is one thing that we were trying to get confirmed. The FAA did mention that that system that failed is something the pilots check before they take off. That's how they make sure their route is safe and where they're landing is safe. That's not something they check while they're in the air or close to the destination. So all flights that are currently in the air, again, are going to be safe to land at their destinations when they arrive. Live at Bradley International, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61 News.